So just started walking along the Ridgeway File Trail, just off the back of Tolmans Hill. So there's a couple of different ways you can go around this circuit. You can come down the back of Tolmans Hill, and I'm thinking lead down this trail down to the Waterworks Reserve, and then head back up towards the Ridgeway Reservoir, and then back up the File Trail, and then back here to the top of Tolmans Hill. This walk's really close to the centre of Hobart, and I don't think it's one that'll be travelled too often. If it is to be walked only by local walking clubs or just locals themselves. It should be a great little walk though. As we get to the top of the hill, there's a little junction or side track that you'll see just off the fire trail on a little dirt track, pretty much as we've got going just along here at the moment. It's a very easy track. I don't know if it gets harder or not, we'll find out as I go along it. But taken down to the Waterworks Reserve itself, it's a really scenic area, very popular area for picnics, barbecues, those sort of things. And has its own little circuit around itself that then leads off to the pipeline track that takes you up to Fern Tree and around the base of Wellington, Mount Wellington. So I've reached a bit of a junction here. I can turn right, head down, presumably what takes me to the start of the Waterworks Reserve. If I head straight ahead, I'm not sure whether that takes me to the back of the Waterworks Reserve, and then this takes me back up the hill, which might take me back to the Ridgeway Fire Trail. I think I might go down to the right. Let's come down this way. So this area's copped a bit of wind. That tree being completely uprooted. A couple of others that have been blown over here as well. There's some great views coming down over the back of South Hobart. Oh, we found a wallaby. What have we got over here? Hey, little fella. Little paddy melon. He's a youngster. This is a nice bridge here too. Not much left of him. At least I know I'm on a track of some description. Definitely heading down towards the Waterworks Reserve. You can just see it peering through the clearings down at the bottom there. Top views. It's a shame the top of the mountain itself is clouded out at the moment. A lot of rain over the last 24 hours. A lot of low cloud. We had a lot of low cloud this morning, which is now burnt off and started clearing away. Perfect walking conditions like I had the other week when I went to Wellington Falls. Not a breath of wind, about 12 or 13 degrees, but still humid. Perfect conditions. I'm assuming I must be on some kind of mountain bike trail, because coming down here, all these unusual ramps like this, they don't sort of really lead to anywhere. So I can imagine someone tearing on a bike down here, doing a jump. As you get to these bends, they've been built up a little bit with just a minor bank, just like this, presumably to help them sort of go around the corners. Certainly a brave person to be wanting to come off that. I mean, looking back up there towards the ramp, that's well and truly be twice my head height now, and I've only gone a few steps down the hill. So to come flying down there and over the top of that, if you don't make this corner, you're going straight into this tree. That's why I don't do mountain biking. So I didn't bring all my camera gear with me this time. Just simple water, rain jacket, and my GoPro, which I'm using now. After the debacle of the last walk I went along, I made sure I went out and bought a new battery for the GoPro. I was having all sorts of issues last time. Seems to be holding up so far. But certainly not having all that camera gear with me makes life a lot easier walking along these tracks. Mount Wellington Falls track was an absolute killer by the end of it. My shoulders are so sore I couldn't even lift my arms above my head by the end of the day. But I could just be being weak as well. Okay, so I've just hit a sign that says coming into private property. But looking down here, the track seems to kind of fork off, and I'm hoping that the track that heads down the left here, I'm pretty sure it just takes you down to the Waterworks road, just not that far away. I won't go down this little steep bit here, but I will go around. So hopefully the owners don't mind me stepping a haul of 10 metres onto their property, assuming this isn't their property, all the way down to the road. Just reached another junction here. I can hear the road straight down there. I think the Waterworks Reserve is just starting just over the right here. So I think I'll just continue down the bike track just to get to the road and on to the Waterworks Reserve circuit. No point going any further than I need to. So I've just reached Waterworks Reserve Road. Just going to cross the road now and down into the reserve itself, right at the very start of it. So it's been a great little circuit, this one so far. Very easy walking downhill, a bit slippery in parts, but all in all pretty easy. No bush bashing or anything like that. Well made out track coming down with the obviously all the trail bikes, well not trail bikes, but the mountain bikes come down. So, coming out here to the start of the park. So I've just come out of the main gates of the Waterworks Reserve and walked about 50 metres just through a small car park to the entrance of where this circuit actually begins. It's a great little walk, this one. Nice and easy for families. Only takes about 40 minutes or so to go around. Probably even less if you don't have kids in tow. It's a great area. You're only 5 to 10 minutes from the CBD. And you think that you're a million miles away. Once you cross a little grass plain, or a bit of a dike I suppose is the best way to describe it, or a dam, you just start coming up into the hill itself. Just continuing along the lower Waterworks circuit, and if you're ever interested in just trying to get into hiking or bushwalking for the first time, you've got young kids, it's a good introduction, because unlike some other places that have a lot of boardwalks, make it very easy to walk, this is I suppose a true track in the sense that it's mud, tree stumps, some rocks, a few little hills that go up and down. So if you've got any young kids, sort of, you know, less than 10, it's a good introduction to get them into the outdoors. So I've just come to the upper circuit of the Waterworks Reserve. You get to this pretty little spot, lots of tree ferns just over a rivulet that's coming down. Cool little plain area, a world away from the city itself. Super quiet, super peaceful. You end up to a bit of a junction as well, as you can turn right and up to a small man-made waterfall, which is, I think it's called Gentle Annie Falls, about a 5-minute walk up this way, which ultimately then joins up to the pipeline track, takes you up the fern tree. Or you can turn left and head back down around, continue the circuit. So to head back towards the top of Tolmans Hill, I'm going to go left, so I eventually join back up to where I came down the hill and get back to the top. So in order to do that, I've got to walk through the car parks. It's not as scenic along this way, actually walking past a bunch of barbecues and huts. So I've just turned off the main road that follows around the reserve itself at Waterworks, heading back uphill. Just looking at this map here, should be heading on a trail that takes me along to the reservoir itself at Ridgeway, and then I can join on the file trail that takes it straight back up to the top of Tolmans Hill. So here comes the fun part. Done the easy bit walking downhill. It's pretty much going to be uphill the whole way. So I come to a junction. There's two ways you can go. I want to go along the R4 file trail up this way, which will take me pretty much straight up to the reservoir itself. Otherwise the other way takes you back up to the pipeline track. Oh, it's hill steep. Oh, I'm knackered already. I haven't even got back to the main road yet. Anyone for a drink of water there? They're pretty big tanks. Whew. I'll go for a swim. So since hitting those water tanks, come across a bit of a ridge line. Just seem to be following the contour of the hill, so it's a bit of relief. Struggling already. I'm glad it's not too warm, but I don't think that relief is going to last very long, because I think just around this corner it starts to get quite steep again as I make our way back up to Ridgeway Road. I can't complain too much though, because compared to the rock scree that was up on Wellington Falls track, this is definitely a highway. I mean, it's got bitumen on it. Can't get much easier than that in terms of walking on it. Alright, so finally made it back up the Ridgeway Road. According to the map on my phone, I should just turn right onto the main road, continue up the hill a little bit, and then effectively turn left. Here we go. So I've just made it to the reservoir itself. You can't get very good views given the amount of trees and the fence line that blocks people from getting down to the water, which is quite understandable given the fact that that water source is what everyone drinks down in the southern parts of Hobart. I have to come back again in a few days' time or another spare weekend, fly the drone. It should be safe to fly the drone down here because I don't think it's in a no-fly zone. It's not in Wellington Park or near any airfields or anything like that, so perfect place to do it. Now for the long stroll up the hill. The track itself looks like it's going to be fairly easy given it is a fire trail. As you can see, it's just gravel and rocks, so pretty smooth sailing. It's just going to be a bit of a thigh burner. It's all uphill. I need a gym. The trees are quite thin along here. There's not a lot of burn offs. You can see there's a lot of charring still on the base of all the trunks, but they're still just thick enough to block any just uninterrupted views up towards Mount Wellington. Not that you can see it today anyway, given it's all under cloud, but right over the back of West Hobart, over towards Lena Valley. Still been a pretty nice walk though. So if you can see it on the GoPro, but over on top of the next ridge line is the mobile phone tower, which basically signifies the top of Tolmans Hill itself, which is pretty much where I'm heading. So we're just going to go down to this little saddle area and up that hill, and we're basically done. So at the moment, been tracking along, been going for about 2 hours so far, and that includes sort of stopping for recording, drinks, etc. So probably about 2.5 hour walk by the time I finish, I reckon. Woo-wee. Made it to the top. Oh, old heart rate, what's it saying? 147 beats a minute. Oh, working hard. So, I can catch my breath for a second. Made it to the top, Tolmans Hill. Basically to another couple of large water tanks, which is next to that mobile phone tower that I was showing you before. And there's two ways you can access this track. You can come through on this right hand side here, which is, I think you might have to walk through a bit of private land though to get here. It's not very far, it's only about 150 metres or so from where they're doing all this development. It's at the end of a cul-de-sac, so you can easily make your way through it if you wanted to. Save a little bit of an extra walk up the hill. Or you can come from this direction is where I'm going now, which is where I came up, which is the official fire trail that comes up, I think it's Woodcutter's Place, it's the name of the street. Anyway, this is pretty much it for the end of the video. If you like this, make sure you like it. If you don't like it, make sure to comment down below to tell me that you didn't like it. To hear any feedback, and make sure you get out and enjoy the track yourself. Until next time.